had an idea. It's a little crazy. Some people might say it is not a good parenting decision, but we're gonna try it. I'm going to do an experiment. So here's the thing. I live with multiple chronic illnesses. I am very, very ill all the time. I try to minimize my routines as much as possible, and cleaning's one that I've really been working on getting better systems for. I started to notice that my kids don't play with toys that much. I play with the cardboard box that I bring home from Costco. Like, do they really need toys? So I had an idea. What if we just got rid of them? What would happen? I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old who's almost 3, and a 10-month-old. The current system of our house is the bigger toys are downstairs, and we also do sort of a toy rotation. I'm not the best at it. Mainly upstairs we have these 4 bins, which I kind of just throw whatever they've gotten out into these bins. It's not very organized. And then in their rooms they have a few toys. So let's just dump all of these bins. I will have to pull out a little bit of garbage because there's little pieces of stuff. Oh no, child's coming. Be right back. We're back. Okay, so we have this pile of books. Books, I'm not counting as toys. A few like hats and stuff there. This is mine, my tripod. And then we have our bucket of toys. I'm gonna go grab stuff from my son's room and see what we got in there. Okay. We're in my son's room. Just this morning, I put this dresser up in here. Well, my husband helped me. But you know I've been a bin person. If you've been here before, like these bins, they're starting to break. And now that my kids are getting a little bit older, we're moving back to the dresser system. My parents were getting rid of this, so it was free. Sweet. I need to redo all of that. But anyway, here is where his toys were. This cabinet used to be there. Part of the reason I picked today is we were already getting rid of this, and so he won't even notice the change moving his toys. At least, I don't think so. There are not that many toys here, so I'm just going to put this puzzle together and get all the magnet tiles put away, and then I'll keep the books over here. And I think I'm going to leave my kids 1 toy each. My son got this from his grandma yesterday, and he's just been obsessed with it, so I'm going to keep this one out. And then my 4-year-old has a ballerina doll that she loves, and then I'm going to keep his big dog out because I know that he will be very stressed if I get rid of that. Everything else we're going to put away. And I'm not throwing all this stuff out. I'm putting it in a box, putting it downstairs for a week. We're going to see what happens. Since I'm letting my other 2 keep one thing, I'm going to keep my baby's walker because she's starting to walk. And I feel like that would be rude of me to just get rid of it. Okay, this closet. Most of this is school stuff. We're doing homeschool. And these are my bags. Oh gosh, these bins are getting ridiculous. All right, this is everything. We're gonna keep the books. Everything else is going downstairs. My kids each have 1 thing each. Everything else I'm gonna hide for a week. Let's see what happens. Wish me luck. No one's noticed. I actually didn't even tell my husband. He didn't even notice. My son cut up a bunch of paper, which is great for his fine motor skills. My 4-year-old made an experiment. She got cups of ice and put them in different areas of the house, by the window, outside, in a dark room, and then she checked to see which one melted fastest. So thank you, Generation Genius, for teaching her to do experiments. But so far, they have just been having fun with what they see. In our bins that normally have toys, I put the books so that if they got opened, nobody would actually notice. Everyone seems totally fine. Day 2 and 3, the kids have created this obstacle course. I don't totally understand it, but they climb around it, and then they take naps in these little, what do you call them, Ari?
Rocket ship bed.
Oh, they're called rocket ship beds.
This is my
So they just climb around. They've made binoculars out of toilet paper rolls. I'm starting to think that toys might be a scam. My son was doing quiet time and he asked for his magnet tiles, which are something I will bring back because I like the magnet tiles. They don't bother me like other toys. But I started reading him a book and spending a little time with him one-on-one, and then he got distracted looking at the search and find book, and he ended up doing that for his quiet time. We got 3 more days till I bring the magnet tiles back, and I'm curious to see if he forgets about them or he asks about them again. Day 5, and my kids wanted to start the day with yoga, which I am a big fan of. We've been doing it together. And then they wanted to put on a show. I thought they would ask for their dress-up stuff, which I forgot. I had left up in the top of my son's closet, but they didn't even ask for it. My daughter even dressed up like a queen using a blanket and a hair tie and a little crown she got at her preschool. Here's the funniest thing that's happened though. My husband hasn't noticed. He finally did notice that the house was cleaner. He mentioned to me, Aimee, have you been feeling better? I feel like the house has been so much cleaner. Thank you so much for putting an extra effort into it. And I just said, I've been trying out some new systems. That's all I told him. But he didn't notice that I got rid of all the toys. He just noticed that I had been keeping the house cleaner, which is huge. That makes me so excited. I have more energy to keep up with the dishes and the laundry and all of those things. I do switch things around a lot, reorganize, so I'm sure if he has noticed anything, he just assumed I reorganized. But he definitely hasn't noticed that I moved all the toys to the basement. It's day 5, and I do not regret this decision one bit. My son's birthday is coming up. He's turning 3. And instead of getting him a toy, I got him a punching bag. So it's gonna match his room. It'll be like a half decoration, half activity for him to do. I just think it's perfect. I think this whole experience is having me rethink the things that I wanna get for my kids. And I've always been one that's a little more minimal with my toys, but doing this has made me realize that experiences and education are way more important and also way more fun to kids than getting more stuff. We made it 1 week, so the toys are back. Did you guys know I took your toys? Did you even notice?
No.
You were just playing with other stuff. Want these back on your beds?
Yeah.
Okay, go put on your bed. So, here's what I'm thinking. After our week, I have learned a few things. The first is my kids love books. They also love being creative. They love to do art. They love to build stuff with things that they find around the house. They love playing outside and digging in the dirt and going on adventures, and they love playing pretend. And then I want to keep the big toys, like obviously our big jungle gym. That was our Christmas present one year. Not just to the kids, but to everyone in the family. So then we just have one big toy up here at a time. It doesn't make a huge mess. I don't have to clean it up every day. We just switch it out. I highly recommend a toy fast because then I was able to see what things my kids actually wanted to play with. They missed the magnet tiles and my son missed his dinosaurs. A lot of the other stuff they didn't even notice it was gone. Another thing I've really liked is real useful toys. Things like tools, I think it's useful to keep these with my husband's tools, and then when he is actually doing a project, they get out their own little tools. And when they're little, just using fake ones is probably best, but once they get a little bit older, you could buy them their own real tools to use and help with projects. Same thing with kitchen things. This is my baby's favorite toy. So clearly we don't really use this to mix things, but my kids have their own cooking stuff and they have their own cleaning stuff to help me with those projects. That's such a good skill for the kids to learn, and for me to learn is how can we make the everyday mundane stuff super fun. Ideally, once my baby's older, we'll have books across here, and then these will be more like art supplies, but not safe for the baby. So for now, we have books in this one, baby toys in this one, magnet tiles, and then we have our dinosaurs in here. And that's pretty much all we got right now. The conclusion is, kids don't really need that much. They have incredible imaginations, and it's good for them to figure out things on their own. I've always been pretty minimal with our toys, but I'm going to continue to do that because it just makes our home feel better. My kids are happier, I'm happier. It's a win-win all the way around. All right, my friends, that's everything for today's video. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I will see you on the next one. Bye.